like putting on an old shoe. But I'm a little nervous about being the pace car driver. But the practice session put me at ease. I really, as I get older, I don't have a need for speed. But certainly being here, it gets your juices flowing.
So what was that experience like getting to train for it this morning?
Well, it was actually disappointing because I was told I can only go 45 miles an hour. I do that at a 25 miles an hour zone. So no, I'm kidding. No, but I have an understanding of how it works. You think that you would know you're the pace car, honorary pace car driver. You're pacing somebody. You're pacing the drivers, and they gauge from your pacing. They gauge how they need to gauge their speed. So there's a purpose behind it. I thought I was going to be able to open it up, but unfortunately that won't be the case.
Well, it'll be a little louder tonight behind you as you get started. So we'll open it up for questions. We'll start with Barry and then Mike.
Oh yeah, Barry Richmond, Piedmont Broadcasting Corporation. It's an honor to meet you, to see you. From what you experienced as an athlete and what you see here in the pits and with the drivers, how do you gauge the athleticism that it takes to do what they do, especially on a day like today? Certainly, I know you've been in much similar situations, I'm sure.
Well, I really can't gauge it. I just met Bubba Wallace, and he was calm, he was cool, he was collected, and he seemed like me in that, he's got an incredible race to drive today, but he was calm. I guess he gets in the zone, and obviously it's like automatic because you're preparing every single day. I haven't gotten to the pit, but when I came in 2017, I saw it up close and personal. Everybody's got a job to do, and they do it quickly, efficiently, without a lot of fat to it. It has to be trimmed, and I think seeing that up close, you can really see the inner workings of a team and how prepared you need to be to give yourself an edge, give your team an edge out there on the track.
We'll come up front to Mike.
Mike Hembry from NBC Sports. You were an exceptional player, obviously now an exceptional coach. Can you compare the game experience between playing and coaching? The level of intensity different for you, or how are things different?
I guess as a coach, you feel it a lot more because as a player, your preparation helps you, and then once you're actually able to participate in the game, your nerves just calm. As a coach, you pretty much carry it throughout the entire game, and the execution of a game plan is on 18 and 22-year-olds. They can have a bad night, and it's a reflection of you. So you carry that, but at the same time, hopefully you've simulated game situations, various game situations that you put your players at ease, knowing that if they see a certain thing, they know how to navigate through it.
We'll come up front to Rick and then Pete.
Hey Don, I know 2017 was your first visit to a NASCAR track. What was your perception of the sport before, and how did it change? What is your perception now?
Before, I just used to watch it on TV, and TV gives it no justice. Like, it seems, honestly, probably like little girls look at our team or the WNBA. We give the impression that anybody can do it. We do. When you're watching it on television, they give the impression like it's just driving in a circle. But it's not. There's much more to it. There's more intensity to it. The speed of it, the closeness, the proximity of the drivers. It certainly is a skill set that is that probably 90% of the fan base can't do.
Who's your favorite driver?
My favorite driver? I just met Bubba, so I'm gonna go with Bubba. I'm gonna go with Bubba.
Okay, we'll go to Pete.
Pete Yakabelli, Associated Press. Hey, Dawn, how are you? I've got to ask about the BYU series. How difficult a decision was that, or was it an easy decision? How did it come about? Did your players talk to you about it, or did you see it immediately and say, you know, that's not something we want to be part of?
Well, it wasn't a knee-jerk reaction, obviously, because I don't knee-jerk anything. I vetted it. I talked to various people that was a part of the situation, and I just felt like, I slept on it a few nights, and I woke up with the same just gut feeling that I should not put our players in that situation. I did not discuss it with our players. I did tell them, was it yesterday? Yeah, Friday. Friday, that it's going to be happening, and they nodded in affirmation. So, and I didn't do it to condemn BYU. I did not do that. This was a selfish decision, and I was only thinking about South Carolina women's basketball. And I wanted to handle it on my own, which is, not hopefully involve anybody else that have to deal with it, meaning our administrators, although, Coach Tanner was really good about supporting it. I didn't want to bring up Rachel as well, because I didn't want her to relive it. I just wanted to make sure that our players didn't have to endure that, and because I don't have the words. If something were to happen in that manner, I don't have the words to comfort them. So I'd rather just not put ourselves in that situation.
We'll go to Lou.
Hey, Coach, Lou Bajek from the state. On that, when do you plan on trying to get your replacement, or how long do you take to find a replacement for that game?
We're in talks with some programs, and we don't have anything set, but there's a lot of discussion. So hopefully, as soon as possible, we play in 2 months.
And just how things have gone so far, practice with new group, a lot of new faces, and just how things have gone so far.
We got a couple players that are banged up right now, so they're in and out of practice. But players that are healthy and ready to go, we're going. We're going. It's a good group. It's a good group that they really love practicing. They love playing. They love winning, and they'll do whatever it takes in order for us to feel what we felt in April again.
We'll go back to Pete.
Dawn, I was just gonna ask, does this team have a little different vibe now that they've accomplished what you guys have set out to do the last few years?
Actually, they don't. They're pretty consistent with how they approach things, which is pretty good. They don't get too high with the highs or too low with the lows. They just take each day as it comes, and that's a good thing. They've had this, like the core group of this team has had this for the past few seasons. So, there's no fat to this team, meaning they're just lean. They do what they're asked to do. They do it at a high level, and it's, I don't know how long we'll be able to have it this way, but super proud of them, super proud to coach them, knowing that they're just highly motivated women that just want to win and they want to succeed individually.
We'll come up front to Rick.
Hey, Don, the attention that you're receiving and the demands on your time, how does that compare to after 2017? Is it about the same, or are you more in demand now after winning your second national title?
Yeah, this go around is way different than the first time. And I just think women's basketball is a lot more popular, even in a 5-year span. It certainly is in our corner of the country, because our local media, our fans, they do a great job of putting us out front, and then they make us in high demand. If I had to do it all over again, I would do it all over again and add more to the schedule and there's not very much left in the schedule to do, but certainly anytime I go places or do things, it gives women's basketball, more eyeballs on them.
Any final questions?
Well, Coach Staley,